These are the new floats, the new to me floats. I had them stored up on the hillside up there. I just went and drug them out. Now they sat over at my friend's place for probably about 10 years or more. They're in the grass. Then we brought them home here, stuck them up here on the bank. They've been there for a couple of years now. Well, they got moss and crap growing on them. They got the pump out stations here, and the balls for those have all deteriorated. The birds like to get in there and peck on those and pull on those and pull them out. And anyway, the strings are rotted. And all in all, the floats are in pretty good shape. They need a little bit of work on a few things. There's some rust on them here and there, and so they need some cleanup. I need to go over them, check them out, repair anything, and replace some hardware that is rusty. And I hear this float rudder post has got some rust down on the bottom of it there, so I can pull that thing apart, put new hardware in the rudder itself, and sandblast and powder coat that rudder post. So well, first thing I'm going to do is get the pressure washer out and wash everything down. But all in all, they're in pretty good shape. Again, those struts got to come off of there. Those you can see the plugs right there. Those go into the landing gear fittings for the main landing gear attach point. And then there's these struts go up in the engine firewall. So those got to come off. Everything on there is completely different than it is for the Cub. I printed out some copies of the illustrated parts list for the Ito 89 2000s and the Piper PA18 Super Cub attachment. It's nice to have those on the computer and be able to print them out, and I can magnify them or print them out larger so they're a lot easier to see all the pieces and stuff. But I got those printed out here. Hey cat. So I can take these out now between rain showers and go over those floats and take an inventory of what parts I need to replace on those, or which parts I need. I can go over the floats and see which ones are rusty and need to be replaced, and then come in and go through my parts inventory here, my parts stash, and see what I have in stock, and then I can make up an order. And that way, when it comes time to put these things back together, I'll have the parts here and I don't have to wait for them to get them shipped. Well, that's what I'm going to do now. I think it's not raining right this minute, so I'll go ahead and go outside. I got that new set of floats washed off. I took the pressure washer and washed them all off yesterday and got all the dirt and moss crap off of them. That moss is pretty tenacious. If they'd used the glue that moss makes to glue the tiles on the space shuttle, I never would have had them come off. So, well, it was raining out, so I couldn't do the check that I was going to do and take this out and write down numbers and stuff like that. But I did go out and look at them, and all of the attach hardware, all the nuts and bolts on there are going to need to be replaced. The ones that attach the struts to the floats themselves, the float struts and not the airplane struts, those are all fine. These plates here are fine, these bolts are fine, and the rod ends that go on the diagonals that go between the two floats, they're good, but all the rod ends for the rods that attach, that stiffen up the fuselage to the floats, they need to be replaced. The rods are okay, but the ends need to be replaced, so I need to write all that stuff down on a list, and then I'll go through my parts list and see what I've got here. But I think I may usually order one or two extras, but I don't order enough of them to do the whole thing, so we'll check it out and figure that out and get an order put in.